Alright, so the new Ghost Tower just released in TDX, and in this video, I'll be going over if you should buy this. Now, to unlock this, you need to be level 60, and then you can buy it for either 19,000 coins, or I think it's like 1,000 Robux. I wasn't paying attention. There's also a new skin crate, which I'll be going over in the next video, because I just can't afford it right now. Now, for a starting cost of 750, the Ghost Tower does 2 damage, has a fire rate of 0.3, a range of 10, and has 6.7 DPS. Upgrading the top path for 350 just increases the range by 6. And upgrading again for 1,000 gives it stealth detection and decreases its fire rate by 0.1. Now, upgrading the bottom path for 300 increases the damage by 2. And upgrading again for 925 increases the damage by 3 and the range by 2. So for the 2-2 Ghost, for a cost of 3,325, it has a damage of 7, a fire rate of 0.2, a range of 18, and 35 DPS, which that's pretty good. Now, if you choose the top path for 3,750, it decreases the fire rate by 0.1, has a new thing called Stealth, which we'll see what that is in a bit, and has a regained stealth time of 25. And as you can see, she seems to be like invisible, which I assume like bosses and enemies that do damage, such as the Endbringer, just cannot see the ghost, which that's really cool. Now, upgrading again for 12,000 increases the damage by 6, decreases the fire rate by 0.02, decreases the regain stealth time by 7, and has a new ability, the C7 drone. And if I look at what this does, it lasts 60 seconds, it reveals stealth enemies, and has 80 DPS. So if I were to use this on these enemies, yeah, this is really overpowered. And it also doesn't seem to have health, which I think that means it's pretty much invincible to anything, so that's really cool. Finally, maxing it out 5-2 for 25 grand increases the damage by 9, decreases the fire rate by 0.01, increases the range by 2, decreases the regain stealth time by 9, and the C7 drone ability now has a faster cooldown. And this also has a DPS of 314, and that's without any friendly buffs, and that's just really overpowered. And if you were to look at the stats, it's the exact same, but if I were to use it, then yeah, instead of having a cooldown of, I think it was like 70, it's now like 40, and that means you can have 2 of these drones just from one Ghost Tower. Now, if you choose the bottom path for 7,250, you can increase the damage by 10 and the range by 7. Now, upgrading again for 18,500 increases the damage by 22, the range by 1, and there's now a new ability, which is the Ghost Grenade level 1. And if I look at what this does, this stealth towers for 15 seconds and has a splash radius of 4. So if I were to put some towers down, and if I use this ability on the Johns, yeah, as you can see, they turn translucent just like this tower. And again, I assume that means that like bosses and enemies that stun will not be able to see them. Finally, maxing out the Ghost Tower 2-5 for 36 grand increases the damage by 40, the range by 3, and the Ghost Grenade level is now 2. And if I look at what this does, yeah, now it's stealth the towers for 25 seconds and has a splash radius of 6. And if I were to use this on itself, and it's only attacking the tower that isn't stealth, so as you can see, it is working. Since he leaked, I'm going to have to call in just a little bit of backup. That should take care of him. Now we can also see what the buffs do to these towers. So let's first get the John. Let's get the Commander and the EDJ. There we go. So now if we were to use all of these abilities, the 2-5 does 1,137 DPS. I don't know if you saw that. And the 5-2 does 905 DPS, and we just easily shredded Eradicator. Maybe it was because of this guy, but we don't talk about that. So should you get the Ghost Tower? 100% yes. For only 19,000 coins, this tower is able to spawn in backup, and it's able to stealth other towers. This is just going to be incredibly useful in game modes like Endless, and I personally think it's one of the best support towers in the game. That's pretty much it. If you either need a private server for hosting or you want to join my Discord server, I've linked both of those in the description below. So, yeah, goodbye.